Oh, welcome back my gardening friends. Bar gum, I'm pleased to have got that on. What a difference the cover makes. Slightly warmer. This polytunnel had got like a window door, not sure, right to the top, so I've got that gap there that I've got to fill in. That's my original window. There's the polycarbonate. This is the surplus that was cut off this door. There's the sheet that would have been velcroed to that, which I've got to sort out. As you can see, because this is where ground level would be, the windows are up there, so they'll be useful this summer. I've still got to get the guttering on. I'm going to try and do that today. We've due a storm, high winds, so I need to get as much done as I can. Me and Mrs. K had to dodge the showers, so we've pulled the skin across, put a few staples in, and then put all the battens back, and that's made quite a nice tidy job. I fastened everything in, hopefully it'll hold, and I'll be marking up some areas like this where that post, that wood is sticking out a little bit too far, so that can be cut back before we buy the new sheet in 12 months to 2 years time. And this cover was gifted to me by Carl at Phillipstown Allotments. He hasn't been on YouTube for a little while, but why not pop across to his channel and say hello and say I've sent you. So I need to get all the battens on here now, get these all fastened in. Well, that's got to be cut out, but I need to get all these battens on this end now and figure out what I'm doing there. It's very wet. It's looked like it's going to be the wettest May on record. So we had the coldest month in April on record. Now we're going to have the wettest in May, so it's not helping things, but it's bringing everything along nicely, and even sending the purple well, claret sprouting broccoli to seed. But there's some bees in there enjoying the flowers, which is what we need to do. So a little bit of pause and record when the sunshine lets us. Oh, I do hate it when the weather's like this. Anyway, that's all that nicely done. I've cut a bit at the top, fastened it down there, and we've run a silicone bead along there. We'll add more silicone once it's more stabilised, and I use the translucent, and it's the stuff that smells. So if it smells, it's good stuff, just like my liquid plant foods. We are due some high winds, that's why I'm panicking a bit. That's west, so if you ever have a structure, if you've got one end open, you need another end open to let it out. And what I'm going to do, because more than likely the wind's going to blow from that direction, I'm going to open all these windows, so any air pressure, it'll go out that way, and hopefully won't let the polytunnel disappear. I've just removed the bits of wood that was holding it in place, put some staples in. I'm going to cut the excess off before I put the guttering on. When we start dealing with the second hand guttering, it's always best to apply some silicone, because the rubbers do tend to go a little bit brittle. I can always add some more silicone afterwards, but that should now give a nice tight fit. When you're working on your own, always find something to give yourself a hand. It's easy as that. And check we've got a fall. So historically, the guttering does drop down, so I'm going to fit a batten underneath. Now that should now support the weight of the plastic. So now, because this is flush up to here, because we're going to run a bead of silicone along that, so the water runs down straight into the guttering, the jointer won't fit. So I'm going to cut now some out of the wood, so this fits nicely inside. Maybe a bit time consuming, but it'll help. I don't mind if it sticks out a little bit, but I do want it flush if I can. Here goes for trying. Well, I ended up taking the full piece out. If you don't know, there's a line there where you need to put the guttering to, so there's always a gap there. Always put it to the line. Got that levelled. Yeah, rain's coming again. Reposition you back in a minute. I'm never going to moan about the rain hitting a polytunnel roof ever again. It's a lovely sound. Look at all that lovely rainwater, and it's surprising how much rainwater you can collect off a single polytunnel. Well, I'm just twiddling my thumbs at the minute. There's a frosted flower. I'm going to remove that. There's a good one. And I've just been doing a little bit of weeding, and there's a cherry tomato, and there's the tens of baby tomatoes. Nature always finds a way. Well, that's almost this side done. I haven't got a bad line. What I will do when I get the new covering 12 months to 2 years time is to put some silicone behind here and fasten it to it, but all I'm going to do for now is put a bead on top. Also, I've got the hassle of getting all the silicone off this back edge, and there's no water holding. Look at that. And we've got water running out there. My original idea was to go around the corner, but I've got no corners, so basically all I'm going to do is just leave it like that. We'll cut a hole big enough. Basically you need to cover your barrels by at least 2/3 to stop them going green. So all these barrels here will end up looking like this. This is the gravity system, siphoning system, sorry, and the pipes go right into the bottom. And as that, which is missing at the moment because it hasn't got the cover on, fills that one up, and then it fills all these. And considering I did it by eye and a little bit of a spirit level, it ain't done too bad. And remember that hole we've got there, I believe that's where it's been overflowing. So we've got these right, and this coiled wire stops the pipe from kinking, and eventually I'll be bringing those barrels all the way up here, keeping them level, and hopefully joining up with this, and then I can pump or siphon the water into the barrels down here. I don't know how long this galvanised tank will last, so I'm just preparing for the worst, and then we can relocate these IBCs somewhere else. I've got blue barrels under there. I've not touched the water under there for 3 years, but it's always there just in case we need it, and hopefully we'll be able to find some space and use what we want and get rid of what we don't want. So all the wood we had stacked here, it's basically all gone now. These will probably be for the staging, and those bits there we've used under the guttering to hold it up, so all those will be used now. Not sure whether we'll get a use for them. And there's the water going into that IBC there, and I'll have to look, see if that water's going into the tank or not. It's now it's overflowing. I'll have a quick look. It is overflowing out of the tank, so I'll just top this up. What I might have to do is drill a hole there somewhere so it runs down this side. Well, really pleased with how this is actually turned out, and these winds that we've got coming, we'll try it out, see how it goes, and I'll finish it off as and when the weather allows me. Don't forget, at the end, in the end screens, there'll be the playlist for this polytunnel. Why not watch it from start to finish for all the tips and hints of building a double skin polytunnel. I may attempt to put the pipe work in there, but it's getting towards the end of May now, so I need to get planting. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.